Thank you all for being here this afternoon on relatively short notice. Damon and I just got back from Baltimore. We went there this morning to meet with the parents of Jordan McNair. And I want to meet with them in private to express, on behalf of the university, our apology for the loss of their son. I said to them, and I said I will be mentioning it publicly this afternoon, but I wanted them to hear it directly from me this morning. The university accepts legal and moral responsibility for the mistakes that our training staff made on that fateful workout day of May the 29th, which of course led subsequently to his death on June 13th. I explained to the parents that we have retained an expert team of sports medicine and physical athletic training personnel to do a thorough review of the circumstances and the facts of that case, as well as our protocols and procedures. And that when the final report is available, and they expect it will be available by middle of September, and it will be made public. And I said, when that report comes, I will come and present that report to you before we make it public. But I also explained that we've been getting progress reports. And based upon what we know at this time, even though the final report is not completed, I said to the family, the university owes you an apology. You entrusted Jordan to our care, and he is never returning home again. We have looked at the preliminary observations that were given to me and to others. Some of our policies and protocols do not conform to best practices. Some of the actions of our athletic training staff, not the coaching staff, the athletic training staff, well, they basically misdiagnosed the situation. No vital signs were taken. Other safeguard actions that should have been taken were not. For me, that was enough to say, I need to come and personally apologize. And I know that we will do, not I know, I'm committed to doing the right thing. And nothing that we can do can bring closure to their enormous loss. But I made this commitment to the parents this morning, together with Athletic Director Damon Evans. We both made this commitment that no Maryland student athlete will ever be in a situation where his or her life and safety and life will be at risk, especially when that risk is foreseeable. I made that commitment to them. I'm making it now to all of our student athletes and to the University of Maryland community and to all the people of Maryland. Once we have, and I should also say that safeguards have already begun. We provided additional training to athletic training staff. All sorts of things that we did not do are now in place. The second thing I want to address are the reported allegations that came out recently on conduct that is simply inappropriate, unacceptable, of bullying, intimidation, alleged intimidation, alleged denigration of student athletes. My office is set up to receive, and we receive lots and lots of expressions of concern and issues and problems from faculty, staff, students, and others. In this case, we learned about these allegations from the media. But regardless of the source, what is important is how we address it. And we are guided by certain key values: accountability of all employees, of transparency, and yes, a fair process. So as soon as we knew about this, got together with Damon Evans and others, and Director Evans, as you all know by now, put some staff on, coaching staff and training staff, on administrative leave. With regard to these allegations, which are very serious, they are totally inconsistent with what we stand for and our values, which is about education, preparing student athletes for life, and to be treated with respect and dignity. You can motivate people, push them to the limit without engaging in bullying behavior. But these are allegations, but we have to take them very, very seriously. And so what fair process demands is that we do a thorough investigation by an independent group, and they make recommendations, and we will implement those recommendations, and we will monitor the continuing implementation of those recommendations. To that end, I thought long and hard and put together a team, a commission of 4 individuals who will immediately, in fact, we've already met, to begin the process of this review of the practices and the culture of the football program. They are the Honorable Ben Legg, retired Chief Judge of the United States District Court for Maryland. It is the Honorable Alex Williams, retired Judge of the United States District of Maryland and former State's Attorney for Prince George's County. It's Charles Sheeler, Senior Counsel of DLA Piper, the global law firm with a branch in Baltimore, and he's in Baltimore. And everybody knows him. He was also a federal prosecutor for the United States Attorney's Office for Maryland. And one of the reasons I selected him is because he has a lot of experience in this area. He was the monitor appointed by the NCAA and the Big Ten Conference to monitor the integrity agreement, the implementation of that integrity agreement of Penn State after their scandal. And he was also the lead counsel in the investigation of steroid abuse in Major League Baseball. Those are 3, and the 4th and final one is a highly respected, retired head football coach, and also athletic director. It is not yet finalized, but that name will be announced shortly. This is the team of 4 individuals who will interview students, student athletes, parents, coaches, staff, and other people who want to come forward, and provide a report that, based upon the work done by reporters and has been published. We take those reports very seriously, but I think due process does require us to lay out the facts, give people a chance to respond, and then we will act. But this is not going to take forever. There's going to be an expedited, but yet very careful review with all the confidentiality confidentiality in terms of allowing people to speak confidentially and candidly. Let me just conclude by saying, we will do everything possible that the situation that Jordan McNair found himself in will never happen again. And if we succeed, as I surely hope and expect that we will always keep alive the legacy of Jordan McNair. And the values of this university, with regard to our student athletes, will always be, you're here for an education, we're here to prepare you also for life, and we expect that all the people that you work with, in the classroom and on the field, comport with the values of respect and dignity and humane treatment.